I think there is one thing that has been brought up by several people that I think we can maybe take a quick stab at addressing. And I think Andrew actually formulated it well, right? So we're seeing this general trend where we're like, okay, we love embodied intelligence. We get a lot of things for free in our robots. We get, these possibly flexible bodies, whether they be needles or the neck or the motion or legs. But we're also trying to control them accurately, right? So we want very, very diverse robots that can do everything with very simple controllers and very simple driver circuitry. And we would like them to be accurate, but maybe, right, as Professor Sappelhaus put it, maybe we shouldn't expect them to be too accurate. Maybe these are constraint satisfaction problems where like we care about them being accurate within some safety margins. So if everyone could give a comment on that, and I think Sappelhaus already kind of did, so I would love to start with Professor Micharet instead. I'm sorry to cold call on you. Micharet, will you, do you want to take a stab at talking about this?
Oh yeah, so sorry. You're calling me, but okay, no problem. I couldn't associate.
Correct me now, so I get it right from now on.
Well, yeah. Regarding safety, I also think that okay, we are very focused on the accuracy, on controllability of especially in my lab, right? Because we really want an accurate positioning, because even if it is soft, it is for a humanoid robot. Operating, manipulating. So accuracy for us is very important, right? But at the same time, safety is important too, right? So there is we should find the balance between these two, right? So here I have these soft, prototype, and what we do here, we are trying to licensing these, is that okay, for the sake of safety, of course, safety, when you speak about the interaction with a human, of course, it is safer because it is soft. So the user is somehow protected because this is not very rigid. Okay, but I'm speaking about safety with respect to the own material, right? So what we do here is to design these, not just thinking of the bending and the controllability of it, but also on the safety of it. And for that, we design different sites, so that when bending, we can force or guarantee different blocking curvatures. So this is somehow protecting the whole structure to bend excessively, or even not to recover the elasticity limit, right? So what we do is that, right? So it is not the same bending, for instance, just in this direction, than bending in this direction. So we have different. We can include other sites here and design that for the safety of the structure. Even with the artificial intelligence, we can measure or estimate different loads at the tip, and according to that, for the safety reasons, we can reposition or the actuator so that it is protecting itself of that amount of load, right? And blocking at the same time. So we are working on this kind of safety issues, right, in our lab.
I love that. That's such a great answer. It fits so well with the conference, right? Because you're developing these rather sophisticated controllers, even though you use simple models, and then you're actually using the mechanics of the body itself to protect the robot. Mm-hmm. Which again, like you said, sort of brings up the question of like, is safety for the safety of the robot or safety for the safety of the human user? But we can pick up on that later this afternoon. Professor Abbott, do you want to take a stab at this question?
Yeah,
you're actually inside the human body, right? So yeah, safety is more of a...
It's interesting because, we're taking the exact opposite approach that Concepcion just described, right? Where we're explicitly trying to make our structures radially symmetric so they have no preferred compliance directions. Mm-hmm. And then we're especially for these luminal devices, and we've been thinking in these terms for capsule endoscopy for a long time. Capsule endoscopy is this problem, for those of you who don't know, where you swallow a camera pill and then it moves through your GI tract over the course of hours, potentially. If we think about these things almost like a train on a track, You know, a train on a track doesn't have to think about steering very often. They just have to go forward or backward. And the track, as long as you've built into your structure the compliance that will let you just move forward, whatever forward means, then you find that you don't really have to have any prior knowledge. So we've shown in the past that we can move in really tortuous intestines without any prior knowledge about what the shape of those intestines are. And it relies on two things. It relies on acknowledging that the track is going to turn, you just don't know when, and also relying on compliance. So it says, when the track starts to turn, have enough compliance in your system, and magnetics actually is a nice way to do this. And then magnetics combined with soft adds another layer of compliance. It basically says, when you come into a turn, as long as your system sort of affords that, allows it to happen, and then acknowledges that it has happened, and that forward is now a new direction, you find that things just naturally move along the natural pathways of the body in a very kind of clean way.
Mhm.
That's interesting, and again, I love that you're actually sort of describing, you know, contact based. You're relying on context with the physical environment to steer accurately, which is something we've seen, you know, some years ago, and for people who work with humanoid robots to try to like actually use context in the environment to do better control of, for example, climbing robots. Okay, so we are out of time, but we'll pick up on this after Ellen's talk, and probably Professor Zabelhaus, I'll start with you because you sort of prompted this discussion, which is great. So now you're warned. All right, thank you everyone. So we're gonna take a 5-minute coffee break. Then we will have Professor Ellen Rush come back and give her plenary talk. We'll have her answer a few questions, and then I think she has to run off for teaching, which is something we all know too well. And then we'll invite the panel back. Sound good?
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
All right. I'm applauding for everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.